So today I'm behind the wheel of the 2021 GMC Canyon AT4, and I'm going to showcase the interior of this thing. So like normal, starting from left to right. On the left, you've got your window switches, you've got your door locks, door latch, you've got your rear mirror adjust. Over to the right, you've got a little dial to change the brightness of the gauges. You've got your light settings, auto, high beams, things of that nature. Over to the right of that, you have the four-wheel drive settings. So you can put it in 2 high in auto mode, which can sense what it needs when it needs it, 4 high and 4 low. And down low is the manual parking brake. Moving up to the gauge cluster. So you have a nice big large tack on the left and a speedometer on the right. You have 2 auxiliary gauges up top for your fuel and your temps. In the middle, you have a nice little digital display, which you can cycle through a few pages. So there's a home screen, there's an info screen, which you can cycle through from miles per hour, trip 1, trip 2, fuel range, oil life, the tire pressures, oil pressure, transmission fluid temps, and just a blank page. Going over, you have what you're listening to. You have navigation. Got phone. I'm currently not connected with the phone. And then you have settings. You can change the units, info page, speed warning, software information, things of that nature. I just put it back on the info screen. So below that, you can see what direction you're currently heading, west, the mileage of the vehicle, and what gear you're in. Moving back to the steering wheel, how I was changing those settings is over here on the right. So left and right. And then once you're in a screen, you can go down, you can go up. You can also have your call settings over on the right, whereas the left has your cruise control settings as well as a nice heated steering wheel button. Let me take a step back, show you the steering wheel. This vehicle does not feature a push button start. It features a nice manual key, but it does feature door locks and you can remote start it. Over to the right, you've got a nice little screen. It displays, this is the home screen. And then you have audio, phone, obviously what you can listen to, phone, nav. You have Wi-Fi hotspot. You can set what users you want, settings. You can change time, date, Wi-Fi networks, hotspot, display, sounds, things of that nature. You can update the vehicle from here. You can mess with your apps. And then there's vehicle settings for the rear seat reminder. For example, if you open the rear doors, like in many cars, and then you start the vehicle from obviously the front seat, when you turn it off, it will remind you that, hey, you may have put something in the back. Hopefully you remembered you put a child in the back, but you can disable that here. You've got your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and you got apps, OnStar services, climate, so you can manually adjust the climate below, and you can also have it digitally up on the screen up here. Camera displays what's behind you. My GMC is the GMC app, currently not connected to it, but that's where you would access it. Below that, you've got your volume knob, as well as pushing it in will turn it all off, and the tuner knob. You got the home button right here. That's how I was, if we go to settings, that's how I was getting back for some of the buttons I was pushing. You have the back button as well, so if you want to go back. Below that, you've got your climate controls. You can see the little dials like a cell phone, signal growing as I turn it for the fan, how strong the fan is kicking out. You got the temperature settings over here on the right, and all your normal climate controls in the middle. Below that, you've got traction control. Pushing that obviously turns off traction control. You got lane assist, you got parking sensors, you got your hazards, you got trailer, you've got hill descent, and you've got a light for the rear. You've got heated seats for the driver and the passenger, and a nice little cubby hole for maybe some chapstick or an alternative key or something of that nature. Down low here you have an SD card slot for the maps and OS, I believe, 2 USB ports, a auxiliary headphone jack. Right here is old smoker's port. This is not a charger pad. I'll show the charger pad in a second. This is just a nice little cubby spot to store whatever you like. Moving back from that, you've got 2 cup holders surrounded by it's not coming through really on the camera, but it's kind of like a fake carbon fiber look. To the left of that, you've got your gear lever, so you have park, reverse, neutral, drive, and low. Once you get in low, you can select gears, all 8, and how that is shown is up top, so you can see right here and all the way up, and I'm selecting them via the button right here. Putting it back in park. Behind that, this is where the charging pad actually is in the vehicle. You're kind of limited in the length of your phone between these 2 pieces, so if you have a small phone you'll probably fit. If you got a big tablet-y sized phone, probably will not fit right here. Behind that, you got an armrest and a pretty deep cubby hole. You got a glove box. Just give you a look at the passenger side. The seats, branded in AT4. They also have a carbon fiber looking leathery material. The rear seats also feature that carbon fiber trim design. Vehicle does not have a sunroof. Bird up top. Nice little sunglass holder. Different light buttons. You got your normal OnStar SOS buttons. And that is pretty much the interior of the GMC Canyon AT4. Thanks for watching.